In this video, I am going to be going over the latest Dungeonoborne patch notes for August 8th, and the main thing that's going to be here is life on hit changes. Now, this is good, it's a step in the right direction, but I don't think it's the fix that people were expecting, but we'll get into that shortly. So, new content, added the Call of the Trials event from now until August 31st. Participate in the event to claim tons of rewards, including exclusive cosmetics. And then equipment balance fix, life on hit. Dev comment, certain high frequency, wide range attacks in the game, when combined with affixes like life on hit, were providing way too much value and hindered our ability to design new valuable affixes such as soul energy on hit, which is something that they must be planning. To address this, we've implemented correction coefficients for different attacks and skills, so they no longer receive full benefits from hit-related affixes. And then they're going to go through some of the things that they've changed, such as dual-wield swords, which now give you 0.5 life on hit, Fire Staff, which is 0.25, and then Fire Staff, the final hit, does 1, Lightning Staff does 0.5, Orb Weapon Enchantment does 0, and then as for skills, we've got a couple for the Cryomancer. Their Ice Storm first stage does 0.5, second stage of Ice Storm does 0.25, their Q skill Frostbite Curse does 0.5, the Death Knight Q skill Soul Shroud and Soul Storm both do 0.5, and the Swordmaster's E ability Whirling Blade does 0.5. And then there's a very small change to Fairy of the Lake here. It's been nerfed to 0.5 as well, life on hit. And then also the Fairy of the Lake set was too effective in melee combat, offering both damage and survivability. We've adjusted it to reducing melee benefits while maintaining efficiency for ranged attacks. The Fairy no longer deals area damage or provide area shields, only single target damage. Okay, that was a little bit phrased a little bit weirdly, but okay. Level 3 no longer deals area damage or provides area shields to teammates upon return. It only applies a single target shield to the set bonus holder. And then for Force of Trinity, no longer causes area effects, instead deals single target damage to the target, allowing ranged classes to choose this set as well. And now only affects enemy player targets to prevent wasting this valuable set bonus effect in PvE. Okay, so some small changes to Fairy of the Lake and Force of Trinity there, just some small balancing changes, but the main things is going to be the life on hit. Now, a lot of people were expecting for this to either A, just be completely removed, or B, one of the main things was it needs to not heal you if someone is blocking. So if someone blocks, or if someone parries, or perfect parries, one of your attacks, then they shouldn't get life on hit. And I think that makes sense. Like, if you've got a shield, or even if you've got a two-handed sword, or even an orb, and someone's just beaming you with a fire staff, but they're only hitting the shield part, or the sword part, and you're just blocking all of it, it doesn't feel very good if they get health back from that, even though you're blocking the attack. Like, you're registering they're going to shoot you, maybe you're in a bad position, and you try and block while getting away, and they're not doing much damage, but they're still getting lots of life back on hit. And that's still going to be in the game, which is kind of interesting. And most of these, like, their coefficients are 0.5 now instead of 1, so it's just going to be 50% less effective, but I feel like it's still going to be the meta. I feel like it's not like the Pyromancer or, you know, the Fighter is suddenly going to be the meta. I feel like the Death Knight and the Cryomancer are still definitely going to be the meta here. Or even the Rogue, honestly, with their poison crossbow hit, but not to the same extent. And also, like, anything that hits a lot of times. So, like, two-handed swords are a big problem right now. Well, that's the main one, really. I guess if you wanted to use daggers, but yeah, I guess if you wanted to use daggers as well, two-handed daggers would give you a lot of life back, just because they attack really quickly and have a really long combo. So this is definitely a step in the right direction. This is all good that this is being looked at and being changed, but I think a lot of people were expecting it to be nerfed a little bit more, and like maybe instead of 0.5, like it goes to 0.25 or something like that, and maybe for the 0.25 ones it goes to like 0.2 or 0.15. I'm not too sure, but I think a lot of people, I think, were expecting was a nerf to like to make it so that when you're blocking, the opponent doesn't get health back. And I think that makes a lot of sense, and that isn't here. So I think this is still going to be an issue. I think a lot of people are still just going to be running life on hit stuff. I think that's still going to be the meta. But we will have to wait and see. I'm fairly confident, though, that that's still going to be the same. I don't think it's going to change so much. I think it's still going to be very effective. I think, you know, Soulstorm, Soul Shroud, Ice Storm, Frostbite Curse, I think all of that, as well as like 200 swords, I think that's all still going to be very, 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 very powerful, while just being on very solid classes as well. And if you're playing a very solid class that's already very powerful, and you give them life on hit, it just becomes very, very difficult to kill that class if you don't also have life on hit on. So I think we're still going to be seeing a lot of this. I think it's probably going to be changed again at some point in the future and nerfed a little bit more, but it is a step in the right direction, so that is good. But that's the main thing there, just lots of nerfs to life on hit. And again, I don't think it's enough, but it is a step in the right direction, so there you go. And then in-game, we do also have Clotho's Trial. The rewards are 30 life essence, 5,000 gold. There are 2 random equipment boxes, 8,000 gold, 10 mithril tokens, which is used for crafting heirloom gear, 10,000 gold, and then a helmet skin for what I think is going to be the fighter or the death knight or that type of class anyway. And then you just simply get this by logging in daily. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.